Today is Wednesday, Parashat Matot-Masei. This coming Shabbat, we're going to read two parashiot, Matot and Masei. The first parasha, Matot, at the beginning of the parasha, speaks about a subject of great importance. And that's the subject of nidarim, of vows, of pledges, commitments that you make by a statement that you express. Earlier this week, we spoke about the incredible power of prayer, how an earnest prayer can have an incredible effect, even if it's from one singular person. The beginning of the parasha of this week speaks about when a person makes a commitment, when he makes a pledge, when he makes a vow. Those words that come out of his mouth create a reality spiritually that has incredible power. Let's say a person said he made a nether that he's not going to eat a certain type of vegetable. That statement created a reality where that vegetable is forbidden to him. Just as forbidden to him in the sense that as if he was some food that is not kosher. Why? Because he made that statement. There is an incredible power in the speech of the person that creates a reality. And if that reality is not fulfilled, it puts the person at great risk, unfortunately. So what should a person do? He made a statement. Let's say he regretted. Then we have what we call hatarat nedarim, the annulment of vows. Happens sometimes. A person, on the spur of the moment, maybe he was angry, maybe he was, for whatever reason, he made a commitment, and then later he's not able to fulfill it. For whatever reason, that statement that is made and that commitment, that pledge, that vow sort of hangs over his head and puts him at risk as long as it's not fulfilled. You can do a solution which is the annulment of vows. He goes in front of three people, which acts, so to speak, as a court of law, according to Jewish tradition. And those three people were given the power by Hashem as a group of three to adjudicate, so to speak, the case, and they have the power to annul the vow, and as if it never existed. The idea of getting that done is what we do actually before we start the prayers of Kippur. On the Kippur Eve, the Kal Nidre, is also three people that are standing there next to the Hechal and canceling the vows and the commitments or the oaths that were made by the people in the congregation before we start the prayer of Kippur. According to Halakha, it can be done also by an expert Torah scholar, expert in the subject of vows, who can find an opening, a reason to cancel the vow, but it's a complicated, you have to be very familiar with the laws of vows to be able to do that. But the standard way is in front of three people. The Pasuk says, Lo yachel devaro kechol hayotze mipiv yaseh. Kechol hayotze mipiv yaseh means everything that comes out of his mouth he has to fulfill. Lo yachel devaro, he should not make his words profane. In other words, the words have sanctity. Hashem made us in his image. Hashem created the world through 10 utterances, through 10 statements. Yior vayior, let there be light, and there was light. So the power of speech that he gave us is an incredible power to create realities. And that's why a person has to be very careful with the words that come out of his mouth. Any commitment, any pledge, any vow, any oath we shouldn't take in general. He should make sure that he fulfills it, and if he's not able to, that he gets it annulled, so he's not putting himself or his immediate family, chas v'shalom, at risk, because the sin of not fulfilling vows and commitments is something not to be taken lightly. And that's the beginning of the parasha that we'll read. The first parasha touches on this subject of nidarim, of vows and pledges, commitments, oaths, that type of thing. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.